Hello everyone. Today I would like to present about my work about audiolingual methods. In this presentation, we are going to discuss about the concept of audiolingual method in teaching English as a foreign language, the characteristic, the techniques, and advantage and disadvantage. Next. In this group, there are three people, GEDE SENTANA SUARDANA, Putri MAHARANI, and Diana RATNASARI. But only me and Santana that are going to presenting about these audiolingual methods. Next. The first one is audiolingual methods. What is audiolingual methods? Audiolingual method is a teaching approach is characterized as a strategy that stresses word repetition to assist student in communicatively using the target language. Next. The concept of audiolingual method is using contrasting color, the audiolingual way, also known as the oral functional skill, new key, or American methods of language teaching, was regarded as a scientific approach to language. And the philosophy of behaviorism is the learning theory that underpins this strategy. Next, the characteristic of audiolingual methods will be presented by my friend Santana.
Okay, thank you, Rima, for the time. Now I would like to explain about the characteristic of audiolingual method. Some characteristic of this method are: the first one aims to train students by communicating in the target language, and the second one is learn new vocabulary and language structures through the dialogue. Then student can imitation and repetition. And the next one is using some exercise like repetition, backward build-up, chain, substitution, transformation, and question and answer. And the next one is grammar is studied in an inductive way, namely through example sentences. Next. And the next one is the teacher has an important role in the class. And the last one is more attention is paid to the context of language used in every life. Next. And the technique of audiolingual method will be explained by Rima.
Okay, thank you, Santana. The technique of audiolingual methods, there are several techniques by Larsen Freeman that can be used in implementing these methods. The first one is dialect memorization. Students are asked to divide themselves into several roles and then come forward and display the dialogue they have memorized. And the second one is backward build-up. This technique is used when there are long sentences that confuse students, that the teacher can divide the sentence and then discuss them one by one. The next one is repetition drill. This technique is most famous and used to train student pronunciation accurately. The next one is chain drill, and the student practice asking and answering in turns. This technique is one type of directed communication which can motivate students to speak. The next one is single syllable substitution drill. In this technique, students are given practice in finding and completing a part of a gap. The next one is multiple slot substitution drill. In this technique, is similar to the previous one, but the difference is only in the part that student needs to complete. In the gap section, the teacher gives some instruction that in different slots. The next one is transformation drill, that the teacher asks students to change positive sentence into affirmative, or active sentences into passive sentence, and etc. The next one is question answer drill. The teacher asks students to answer the question. On the other occasion, students are guided and directed so that they can state their respective questions. The next one is use of minimal pairs. In this activity is very suitable for training students' sensitivity to different sounds in the pair of words. And the next one is complete the dialogue. After studying the dialogue, the teacher provides the dialogue with some missing parts, and then students are expected to complete the dialogue. And the last one is a grammar game. Additional games such as supermarket alphabet, which assigns students to provide additional understanding of the use of certain grammars. And next, the advantage and disadvantage of audiolingual methods will be presented by my friend Santana.
Okay, thank you, Rima, for the time. I will explain about the advantage and disadvantage of audiolingual method. The first is the advantage of audiolingual method. The first one is audiolingual method is based on behaviorism psychological approach. In this method, all students be asked to participate in the class. And the second one, mother tongue is not used to teach foreign language. And the next one, translation is not allowed to teach vocabulary. And the next one, students are encouraged to use foreign language and speak. And the next one, the teacher only give instruction. And the last one is speaking and listening skill are highly emphasized and continuous. And disadvantage of audiolingual methods are, the first is this method does not use translation to teach the target language. He also received a lot of criticism. And the second one is the method is based on mechanical learning and there is no room for error. And the third one is students become too mentally trained in understanding language and in actual use naturally. And the next one is student cannot naturally transfer the knowledge acquired in class to outside the classroom. And the last one is too many repetition method that makes student bored. And then the conclusion will be explained by Rima.
Okay, thank you, Santana. The conclusion is audiolingual method, which is based on oral approach, was born out of disactivation, which with existing methods and their validity and adequacy, particularly in their treatment of spoken language. The acquisition of a practical set of communication abilities is seen as the goal of language learning. Language is predominantly spoken, with writing coming in the second place. Each level has its own set of patterns to follow and requires studying language. The philosophy of behaviorism is the learning theory that underpins this strategy. There are some characteristics that already explained, and then also the techniques, advantage and disadvantage. That's all my presentation from our group, and thank you very much.
Okay, hello everyone. How are you today?
Hello, Miss. I'm fine. How about you?
Hello, Miss.
I'm
good. Fine. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking, back. So I think there is no one absent today. So let's we start the lesson in English course today. Okay. Today we're gonna explain about expressing, giving, and asking opinion. Oh wait, I'm gonna slideshow first. Okay, first I will show you the definition. The definition of opinion. Opinion is a text or dialogue that contains opinion about a thing. Usually, each other's opinion are different or contradictory depending on which point of view we take sides when we give or express our opinion. It is very important to give reason to support the opinion itself. Here is some expression of giving and asking opinion. When you want to asking the opinion, you can say, what do you think about blah blah blah? What's your point of view about blah blah blah, and etc. And if you want to give an opinion, you can say it, in my opinion, or based on my point of view, or I personally think, etc. This is common expression to use giving and asking opinion. And then here's the expression of agreeing and disagreeing opinion. Yeah, because if someone giving the opinion, that is might be the one agree or disagree about the opinions. When you agree in the opinion, you can say, of course, this is absolutely right, or I agree with you, and etc. If you're disagreeing with the opinion, you can say, I don't agree with you, I disagree with you, I'm not convinced that blah, 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 and etc. I think that's clear. And then here's for an example. I have a statement, agree and disagree. The statement is parents must giving smartphone to their children, and the expression to ask seeking the opinion is what do you think? When you agree, you can say this is absolutely right, or you can say agree with you. But if you disagree with that statement, you can say like this one, or I don't think so. Why? All right. So like I said before, when you wanna express the opinion, you have to support it with the reason, like because there are blah blah blah. Okay, I think that's all about asking and giving opinion with the example. Now let's practice. Repeat after me. I have the dialogue. I will read it first. Yeah, and you have to listening and remembering. After that, I will ask you to repeat it, the dialogue after me, and then I will point or divide you to being the Raquel and James. And then at the end, you have to re-dialogue this conversation without my instruction and without the slide. Okay, you got my point, everyone?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, very good. Now let's start. Raquel, I love these two dresses, but I have to choose one. What do you think? James, I think the dress which has blue color is suited to you. Raquel, really? But the red one has beautiful designs. James, you're right, but it seems too big to you, isn't it? Raquel, oh, you're right. James, okay, let's find a dress which has blue color, but the design is similar to the red one. Raquel, yeah, that sounds good. Okay, now I will ask you to repeat it after me. You can turn on your microphone first. Okay, ready? Raquel, I love these two dresses.
I love
these two dresses.
But I have to choose one.
But I have to choose one.
What do you think?
What do you think?
James, I think the dress which has blue color is suited to you.
I think the dress
which has blue color is suited to you.
Raquel, really? But the red one has a beautiful design.
Really?
But the red one is a beautiful design.
James, you're right, but it seems too big to you, isn't it?
You're right. It seems too big to you, isn't it?
Raquel, oh, you're right.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, you're right.
James, okay, let's find a dress which has blue color.
Okay, let's find a dress which
has a blue color.
But the design is similar to the red one.
But the design is similar to the red one.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds
good.
Okay, very good, everyone. Now I will divide you to repeat each sentence. Rima will repeat what Raquel said, and Santana will repeat what James said. Okay, you got it, everyone?
Okay, Miss.
Okay, let's start it. Raquel, I love these two dresses.
I love these two dresses.
But I have to choose one.
But I have to choose one.
What do you think?
What do you think?
James, I think the dress which has blue color is suited to you.
I think the dress which has a blue color is suited to you.
Raquel, really? But the red one has a beautiful design.
Really? But the red one has a beautiful design.
James, you're right, but it seems too big to you, isn't it?
You're right, but it seems too big to you, isn't it?
Okay. Raquel, oh, you're right.
Oh, you're right.
James, okay, let's find a dress which has blue color.
Okay, let's find a dress which has a blue color.
But the design is similar to the red one.
But the design is similar to the red one.
Raquel, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, good job, everyone. Now, for ending our class, I will ask you to re-dialogue the conversation before without my instruction and without the slide. Okay?
Okay, Miss.
Okay, Miss.
Go on, please.
I love these two dresses, but I have to choose one. What do you think?
I think the dress which has a blue color is suited to you.
Really? But the red one has a beautiful design.
You're right, but it seems too big to you, isn't it?
Oh, you're right.
Okay, let's find a dress which has blue color, but the design is similar to the red one.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, very good. Thank you. If there is a question for our lesson today.
I think enough, Miss.
From me now, Miss.
If there is no question, I will ending the class. Thank you for your attention and see you, everyone. Stay safe.
See you, Miss.
See you, Miss.